I'm Inga. Welcome to Words Matter Inga Hill. Tonight I will continue on with my series how to recycle a bad situation so that you can win. And the topic is Medicaid transportation for non-emergency medical appointments. Now, I know in my previous video I said I would discuss Medicare and Medicaid transportation. However, I really don't want to confuse the two. And what I will do is leave a link on this video which will lead you to a brochure that explains that Medicare benefit, which is for ambulance transportation for people who have Medicare Part B. And so it's so much detailed included in it, and since it may charge a fee, I would prefer you to go and read up on it on yourself, and I will leave that link for you for that brochure on the Medicare ambulance non-emergency transportation. Okay, but now I'm going to talk about Medicaid transportation for non-emergency medical appointments. Now, this is a benefit that usually requires you to be in a Medicaid HMO. And if you will look on the back of your card, you will see transportation services. That's very important that you really use that number, because unfortunately what happens is some people, once they get the transportation, they confuse the actual call center with the actual van or taxi service that comes and transports them to the appointment. And because they give them a little card at the when they drop them off and say, call this number when you're ready to be picked up. So when you're scheduling transportation, remember to use your actual Medicaid card on telephone. You look at the Medicaid card, the back of it, it will say transportation services. Okay, all right, so I just wanted to get that clear. So Medicaid transportation. Now, if you do, myself, my first choice is, if you do have your own vehicle, to use it, or even have someone else to transport you to the appointment and escort you there and actually assist you with it if you're really going through some serious health issues, or so you'll have that added support. And they do offer transportation reimbursement. Okay, the next thing is, if you do own a vehicle, you may be required to use it. It may be some instances where you're not able to access the transportation. Now, if there's some issue going on with repairs, you need to make that known to them. And sometimes, in some cases, if they see a car registered to your address, like some people have roommates, and that's another barrier that I have come across when trying to assist my clients with setting up Medicaid transportation. But those were issues that were resolved. So don't allow it to stop you. But if you do have your own vehicle that's running perfectly fine, you have someone who can take you, there is transportation reimbursement offered through the transportation service. The next thing is, if you do live near a bus route and you are able-bodied, they may usually require you to take the bus. And what they will do is, once they schedule the appointment, they will mail you out bus passes so that you'll be able to get to and from the doctor's appointment. If you are not able-bodied to get to and from the bus stop, you need to let the rep know, who's setting up the scheduler, know that you are not able to get to the bus stop on your own. What they will do is they will give you a grace period, and they will tell you there's a form your doctor needs to certify that you are required to take taxi or van service. That's like door-to-door service, which you will not be then required to take the bus. That is a grace period. It's only for a short period of time. So you have to make sure you get the paperwork to your doctor so that they can complete it, okay, on a timely manner, so that you'll be able to schedule for future appointments without that hassle, okay? The next phase is if you are able to get the regular Medicaid transportation, have this information on hand: your Medicaid ID number and the address and telephone number to the facility or the doctor's office that you will be going to. And also, it's good to be able to have a roundabout time frame of know how long it will take you to get to the appointment and how long the appointment will be. Some appointments are very extensive. Some appointments are pretty short, like if it's a hospital follow-up. They usually aren't as long as your regular routine appointments. Now, if it's an intake appointment, those can take up to about 2 hours long. Or there are some appointments where the doctors maybe want you to do studies, and those appointments could range for about 3 or maybe 4 hours. So keep that in mind and make yourself comfortable. Pack a lunch. I tell my clients, pack a lunch, or try to take someone with you to the appointment, because you are allowed an escort to go with you to the appointments. Because some of the appointments, some people are dealing with issues such as cancer, and it's nice for them just to have that added support. Another thing or service you can combine with this is the case management service that is offered in a lot of your HMO Medicaid plans. And you can get your case manager to assist you in scheduling your appointments. But please keep in mind that you need to make sure that you keep track of your own appointments, and call them and let them know in a timely manner of when your next appointment will be. Because the transportation service generally requires 3 full business days in order for the appointments to be scheduled. So you can't include the day that you're calling, and you can't include the day of the appointment. However, there are overrides that are allowed in certain instances. However, they may tell you that transportation may not be guaranteed, because they have to then actually contact an actual transportation company that has drivers that will put you on their schedule and then come and pick you up and to take you to the appointment. Okay, I have to catch my breath. All right, so I would like to remind you to, one, keep a log of your appointments. That's very important. Keep a little diary, so when you do go to your appointments, you will have it with you. You can, as they're scheduling. I know this is going maybe a little off from transportation, but it's something I try to tell my clients each time they're calling me to request transportation, because this helps you keep on track. And sometimes what you don't want to do is get overwhelmed, because these rides can be extensive, because they're not usually just picking you up. They're picking up they have a few other appointments that they may have to get to, so you may have to wait a while. So you might not want to have 2 or 3 appointments in 1 week. So just for comfort's sake, because it can become overwhelming. So I just would like to put that out. That's why I'm saying that. So you don't get overwhelmed, and then sometimes what happens is someone gets overwhelmed and then they don't want to go to their appointments. And then we don't want that, because we want you to maintain good health. Because once you start going to your appointments, and your whatever situation you're going through, or health situation you're going through, and your doctor gets you on the right medication, what you don't want to happen is for you just to get off track and then relapse. So if you're going to want to get you on the right path and keep you on the right path, If whenever you're having any type of difficulty, please reach out, call the customer service line and ask questions, or let them know what you're going through so they can assist you in linking you up to the appropriate department. Okay, so don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to let people know that what you're going through. Okay, so I want you to be encouraged. I hope this information does help, and I want you to have a beautiful life. I want things to improve for you. And remember, I will be leaving a link for Medicaid ambulance non-emergency transportation, so you can look at that. And I will also be leaving some other links for transportation for Medicaid. I hope all is well. Hope you have a good night. God bless.